Boots. Now, look at it. We've gone full Christmas. Full Christmas. Ever wondered why Christmas crackers go bang? Why we decorate our homes in fairy lights during the festive season? Well, wonder no more, as we have children's presenter and author Maddie Moate. She's written a new book with all the answers.
Yeah, in it, she uncovers some fascinating things. The history, the quirky facts behind some of our best-known Yuletide traditions. And Maddie is with us now. Maddie, good morning.
Good morning.
This book sounds fascinating because it's all that stuff you kind of feel you probably should know, but don't really give it much thought. But then you've set out to answer some of those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually went looking for a book that could help me answer some of these questions we have about Christmas. I set off sort of like looking for specifically science questions. Right. So, you know, like, how does a snowflake form? Why is holly spiky? Why do crackers go bang? But actually, the more I looked into it, the more I asked children what they wanted to know about Christmas, the more I realised that this could be something bigger. And actually, I started looking into some of the cultural history behind our traditions as well. And I went down so many brilliant rabbit holes. I genuinely had such a good time writing it.
So we've got a few of them here.
OK.
Yeah, OK. Astronauts aren't allowed Brussels sprouts.
No, they're
because?
not. Because, I mean, maybe you could tell me, but Brussels sprouts do tend to make us a little bit gassy, and those gases can be flammable, which is not something you want if you're on board the International Space Station.
Or inflating your space.
Yeah, so they're actually not allowed them.
Yeah.
Why would you decorate your tree with popcorn?
Good one. So this is a tradition that mainly comes from the USA, but I started looking into who were the first people to decorate with popcorn, and actually you can trace it back to the ancient Aztecs. They loved corn and maize. You can see murals of them worshipping the god of maize. And in fact, they used it to decorate costumes and headdresses. And they loved popcorn so much, they actually have a word for the sound of popping corn, which is totopoka.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
good, isn't it?
That is good. Ukraine
Yes.
have a really interesting Christmas tree decoration.
Yeah, they do. So in Ukraine, you'll find that some families decorate their Christmas trees with spider webs. And that dates back to a story which tells us about a family who didn't have much money. So they spent years trying to grow their own Christmas tree. But even when the Christmas tree was big enough, they still didn't have enough money for decorations. They went to sleep on Christmas Eve, and a spider took pity on the family and decided to decorate the tree with its gorgeous glistening webs. So the children came down in the morning and saw the tree all sparkly and lit up by the spider web. So now they decorate them with webs themselves.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Speaking of trees, this is such a random sort of quick fire round, but why is holly spiky?
OK, this is a good one. It's a really great way to teach children about defence mechanisms within plants. So if you actually look at some holly plants, you might notice that at sort of eye level and below, the holly is really spiky. But if you look higher up, often holly leaves are rounded. And it's because holly needs to protect itself at that grazing level, because that's where the likes of deer might come along and nibble the leaves. So that it's their way of sort of saying, no, thank you, don't eat me. So at the top of a holly tree, they don't need the spike so much.
I like the way you're getting all the sciencey bits in there as well.
Yes,
it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's really lovely that you spoke to lots of children, and lots of these ideas were what the questions that they wanted to ask. So if they had an overarching theme when you were speaking to kids, what were they wanting to know?
I think a lot of children wanted to know about Christmas stockings and presents. If I'm being honest, they wanted to know why we have Christmas stockings. And also, I think trees and food. A lot of children were asking me about why is it that we eat turkey? That was a big one. Interestingly, we haven't always eaten turkey. In the medieval times, it was popular, especially amongst wealthier people, to have a pickled boar's head that was stuffed with all sorts of things. And there's actually one college, in Cambridge College, where they still serve the medieval pickled boar's head on Christmas Day for their service. But then we had goose, and then eventually we had turkey, and that was mainly thanks to Charles Dickens. He wrote the story of Christmas Carol when he gives a turkey to Bob Cratchit, and people read that story and sort of thought, you know what, maybe we want to try that ourselves. So that was one of the reasons why turkey became popular.
What's your favourite fact that you uncovered?
Oh, my favourite fact.
You pulled one out.
Let me think. The biggest gingerbread house ever made was about the size of a tennis court.
What?
OK.
That's quite a good one. What else do I really like?
right?
Yeah. Oh, the reason that we have, or some people will have oranges or gold coins at the bottom of their stockings is actually because, well, apparently St. Nicholas, back in the day, he heard of a story of a family who were in desperate need of money. He took pity on them. They had 3 young girls. So when the girls were sleeping, he sort of put some bags of gold coins through the window and they fell into the stockings that were drying by the fire. So when the 3 young girls went to their stockings in the morning, they found gold at the bottom of them. And it's this story of St. Nicholas, which is thought to sort of be behind some of the traditions that Father Christmas has now.
Maddie, it's fascinating. I could learn a lot. Love learning a lot about Christmas, things we didn't know.
Love
that
it.
is all
Maddie,
we
thank
have
you.
time for
Nice
this
to
morning. Thank you so much, Maddie. We'll be back tomorrow from 6.
Have a great day, whatever you're up to. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.